Hey,
Hi.
hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
this. Oh, wow. TBT Drag Race. Sorry. Sorry. That was just for me and the girlies we know.
How y'all
Oh,
doing?
yeah. How are you doing?
Great, thanks.
Amazing. Tati, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. We had a
Good.
little siesta last week. We weren't here last week.
Yes. Correct. Sorry.
It's okay. Well, actually, I was thinking about it, and it's funny because the last time I missed, I was in tech for In the Heights,
I can't. I'm in
and
tech.
okay, I'm in tech. But this week when I missed, I was in tech for Aladdin. I
Yes.
was choreographing, like directing whatever in elementary school, a production of Aladdin Junior.
Girl.
Boy, oh boy, Maddy got all the videos this
I got
weekend.
the videos and it was so entertaining. If anybody listening has like a child, a niece, a nephew, a cousin in any sort of children's productions ever, anywhere, either send me videos or invite me. I want to be there and I want to see it because I literally live.
It's so fun.
It is fun.
Because truly, I mean, the stakes are low. You know,
Right.
it's Aladdin
Everyone's just there for a
Junior,
good time.
kindergarten through fifth grade, so they were
That's
young.
really young.
And the two Aladdins, and because they were double cast, there were two Aladdins. I think were both in first grade, and the I think the Jasmines were in second grade, maybe, or the other way around. I
Okay,
can't
cougar.
remember. But they,
I
I mean,
live.
yeah,
That's really wild because I never, I mean, y'all, if y'all have been listening, y'all already know we're theater girlies,
yes.
but I never did any theater until I was in like seventh grade. Like my schools
Really?
never did it. I never was in any, like we
Were
did
you
like the little
on
like
stage? Like, did you do choir or anything or nothing?
dance.
Okay.
And then we'll get into it later,
Oh,
but
okay,
I
okay.
also had my talent shows that I took very seriously. But I never did any like children's productions
Okay.
until seventh grade. So like I'm so enamored by that and like how
Yeah.
little they are.
Oh, they're tiny.
I also just think being like someone who's not around children. I mean, I am around children for my job, but like
But, like,
not closely.
yeah.
Like I don't really have a grasp of like the age of children. Do you know what I'm saying?
I work with children every weekend, and a kid could be turning 6, and I'll be like, "Do you drive yet?" Like, I also have
Right.
no sense of
Like I
time.
don't like if like kids from like 3 to 9, like I truly don't have a concept
Like,
of
so you've graduated college at this
right.
point.
Or I'm like goo goo gaga. Like I don't have a concept of like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids aging. So like that is it's so fun. I live.
Yeah, they were getting their bag. There was a girl,
They
actually,
were.
the girl playing Jafar, her name was Tatiana.
Also the girl playing Jafar, I live.
Yeah.
Slay mom.
And she was having a full breakdown backstage because her Iago was like he was like a little like class clown with a lot of personality, but was kind of like
Oh.
a mess. Not really,
I mean, right.
you know what I mean? It's Aladdin Jr. The stakes aren't high.
Right.
But Tatiana, I felt really seen as another Tatiana because she was like, I don't know how we're gonna get through
It's so unprofessional. Iago, I need you to get it together. That
it
is
was
so cute.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I
Ugh.
love that.
Yeah, so
Is
that
it
was
over?
It's over, yeah. So it was
Okay.
one weekend.
Did they each only get one show?
Well, the two actually, it was kind of like a little shocking. I thought both would get two, but one cast got two and one cast got one. That
Whoa,
little
that's
the
tea.
Jasmine that I was sending you that like was acting.
The
she
one who was
only
living her life.
Yes, she only got one, and then the one that was like kind of bored or looked kind of bored only got two.
That sucks.
I know.
It's giving favorites.
Well, they did when we auditioned, she didn't know, so she gave it to the older. So she gave it technically to the older
Okay.
cast, even though I maybe they were both. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
But they should have given it to the other cast because that Jasmine
She was
for this
giving.
little first, second grader, however old, like you guys, you could tell that her mother
so
spent
cute.
hours with her being like, this is how you have to say the
Oh
line.
God.
And because she was like, you guys, she was serving. Her palace walls. I was moved as
I'm
a
gagged that
25.
they like, did Paris Wall like Paris Walls. Hello,
Paris Walls.
Palace Walls.
I know. They also had Proud of Your Boy in it, but none of the Aladdins learned it, so they had to cut it.
Oh, how cute.
So it was an entertaining
that.
few weeks working
How
with
cute.
these children. Yeah.
I live.
I know. I'm
Good
gonna
for you,
do like
girl.
a summer school, like
You
a
are?
musical theater. Well, I'm not doing it. I'm teaching because it's like for 2 weeks and it's in the morning. It's like from
Can I
8 to
if you
noon.
need like a coat, can I like at least come to like
Oh my God,
some of
yeah.
it? I would love.
I'll tell Chris.
Per.
Okay, we're
Yay! Have us teach your children how to do musical theater.
Yeah.
We won't bully them, I promise.
I promise.
I mean, maybe we will.
Anyways, any media of the week, Maddie? Do you have anything?
Oh, girl, do I?
Oh yeah.
Where do I begin? I saw Six last night. Iconic. Six the musical, which I
Yes.
saw in London years ago. And so it was a slay to
That's
see it
is that
again.
one of your greatest flex? Like, that feels like
Yes.
especially Six.
I saw Six in 2019 on the West End.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, my friend Kevin. Hi, Kevin, if you're listening. You're probably not, but he went with me. I just know. Because we were talking about he doesn't really listen to podcasts last night. That's okay.
Fake.
But every time I'm like, oh yeah, I've already seen it. And he's like, where did you see it? In London. He gets so mad at me.
It's
and
a
I'm
pretty big flex.
I'm like, listen, it's not my fault that you're mad.
It's like, because it's more than just being like, oh yeah, I saw it on Broadway. You're like, I saw it in the West End. Not only was I traveling internationally, but I saw like it originated in the West End and I saw it in the West End.
But it was when, and I guess this is kind of more of a flex, it was when it wasn't very big. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
It was before.
Like, I was there before the hype. No, I'm just kidding. But like, it was fun to see it again. And it was really slay. So obviously Six, I live. We've had quite a few finales happen within the past week or so. If you think I'm going to talk about Succession, I'm kind of not really going to because I'm not done with it. I'm only on season 2 of Succession. But to the Succession girlies who are sad that it's over, so sorry.
I watched it via Twitter.
I've been,
and my dad was like eyes glued to the TV.
I've been really careful, like skipping through Twitter because I'm only on season 2 of Succession, so I'm not trying to get any spoilers. But that show is amazing. The acting is ridiculous. We did have the season finale of Yellow Jackets. Yeah, so I'm kind of devastated about that. It was amazing. It was devastating. So sad. So spooky, scary skeleton. So good. Anyone who watches it, please let me know because I only ever want to talk about Yellow Jackets. I've gotten so many people onto it. It's so slay. Third, today I watched the series finale of Ted Lasso.
Did that one really break you?
Yeah, I'm devastated, to be honest. Today's been a hard day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. So rest in peace, Ted Lasso. I literally love it. It was beautiful. Did you not know? Oh no, he's not dead. I just mean the series. Yeah, the series is over. Sorry.
Our producer is making sad faces.
He's not dead. The show's just over. Yes, Ted Lasso. I loved it so much. And it was a beautiful ending. And it ended the way Ted Lasso would end. Just so I sobbed. Like I fully sobbed. I'll just let y'all know. My grandpa died this morning. So like that on top of like watching Ted Lasso, I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Like truly and honestly. But yeah, that's my media of the week. Slay Boots, Tatiana.
Down.
Her. But also we'll get more. There's more media.
Yeah. But
now you go until we get to that.
What did I watch? What did I do? I watched children do Aladdin Jr. this week. I did watch another episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel because I was reminded that
it's over now,
it's
right?
over. Yeah.
Damn, everything's ending.
I know. All good things come to an end, sadly.
Jesus, I can't handle
it.
Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I watched one episode of that, and that was when I was I was like feeling silly. I think
I have one more. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you were really excited.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry. You'll be happy, trust.
Okay. That was when I was like feeling silly I think it was when I came home from one of the days of tech or a show. But I was like, I don't feel like going out, but I really want a cocktail right now.
Oh, I saw your text. Yes.
Yeah. So I made myself like a kiwi lime cocktail. I like mashed some kiwis in there and then I poured like a shot of vodka, whatever, and then did like a little Spindrift lime.
You and your Spindrifts.
I know, and you guys, it was so good. I was like,
love that.
But then I forgot that I hadn't really eaten that much that day.
Drunk?
Yeah, I was like a little silly in my room by myself.
What spirits did you put in it?
Vodka.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I was actually, and then I had gelato, and I made a quesadilla. It was like a whole experience. My media of the week was like
mojito.
Yes, very that. It was very refreshing, and it was very good.
I love that.
So,
slay.
That was my media.
Okay, to go back to my media of the week. One of my favorite media. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm struggling. I listen every week, but I listen to Parker's Pointless Podcast, and I listened to the episode starring Miss Tatiana Monique Alvarez, and it was so silly, and the amount of times I'm featured on it,
yeah,
it was so funny. If anyone doesn't listen, please go listen to our besties podcast. But it truly is a peek inside just the three of us. It's just the two of them, but you can have an understanding of my life too through it. And it was so funny. I was giggling and cackling, and you guys talked to me a few times. You're like, Maddy, do this, and I did it, and it was very entertaining. And I live, laugh, and love. So good job, Parker. Good job, Tati.
Thank you. Did you really enjoy? Because we did a whole episode about eras. Right. If anything, Parker and I have very definitive eras in our life. Did you feel like you were really going down memory lane with us?
Oh, fully and completely.
Yeah.
It's so funny because they are very much like, they have such clear eras in their lives where I feel like I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a girl floating around. And so like it was really funny to hear all of that. And like especially like because I think COVID amplified everything.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just, and we were kind of like a little pod, the three of us. So it was really funny to hear about. And I loved it.
Well, there you
go. I was
go.
giggling. I just finished it on the way here.
Well, work. Mm-hmm. And I think both of our favorite medias of the week is actually what we're talking about today. The Little Mermaid.
Period.
But the 2023 version, mama.
You guys, we're doing a movie that's in theaters.
I know, like current.
Isn't that crazy? But, we're just two girlies who live.
I just keep staring at the poster.
I know. Did you guys see it yet? If you haven't, go now.
Yeah, like literally stop, listen to something else, and then come back because then you're going to agree with everything that we have to say.
Because everything that we have to say is right.
Is correct.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little different because we don't have like definitive notes because I wasn't going to take my iPad out into the movie theater and be disruptive. But we will chat. Obviously, we know the plot.
It's Little Mermaid, and there's like no spoilers.
And we saw it twice. Both of us have seen it twice.
Yes. So we'll get into it.
Okay.
So
what was the quote at the beginning of the movie? I have to look it
up. Tears, cry.
Tears. My mom quoted it to me today.
Really?
Yes.
So the first time we saw this movie, I saw it with Maddy and Parker, and we saw it in Dolby. And in the Dolby, or is it Dolby?
We saw a Dolby showing of it at AMC.
And you guys, it was so good.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I would have seen it in 4D just so I could have like seen it in the ocean.
I heard that it was kind of a waste to see it in 3D.
I wouldn't not in 3D, in 4D.
Girl.
But not to actually see it in 4D, but just like I want to see it in 4D just to experience watching it underwater.
You wanted to, right? You wanted to scuba dive.
I wanted to scuba dive.
You wanted to be literally.
I wanted it to be under the sea.
Why can't I find this?
It's something about mermaids having no tears.
No tears left to cry. It says something like, a mermaid cannot cry, therefore
she has more pain.
Sadness is more true, but she can't cry it out. The house down boots. Something like that. Do you guys get what we're saying? It's something like, a mermaid has no tears, therefore her sadness is something
is more devastating than ours.
More hard, yeah.
She's going through it
harder than we ever could because at least we can cry. Yeah, something along those lines, which was so beautiful.
Yes,
with the font and like the it was giving stormy waters.
Yes, I could see it all in my head.
Oh my god, with the music.
Because I feel like when we got like a lot of previews for The Little Mermaid,
right?
But I feel like it was all always very similar pieces,
right?
So I feel like
giving us very much the original.
Yes, yeah. The side by sides of the original preview and then this preview,
right?
Were always very similar. So I feel like I was like, I really didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
Very much so.
And like the story wise and everything like that.
I got it. Oh. We were kind of right.
Yeah? A mermaid only slays, but we slay harder.
No, a mermaid has no tears, and therefore she suffers so much more.
I mean, were we not on the nose? You guys, we kind of
ate down. Don't tell us we didn't.
Yeah.
But yes, I do know what you're saying with like, we very much were given like the cartoon, and we weren't given like what they've expanded.
Yes.
And because I feel like, and then we're going to get more into it, but I feel like something about this movie, and I saw TikToks about this that said the same thing, is that this movie was at its best when she was on land.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we start off, so I have to say just from the jump,
okay,
because last night I was watching it, obviously once you're taking it the first time you watch it and then the second time you watch it, you're like, could really sit in. I did miss the presentation of Atlanta. Atlantica, that like golden, because I mean obviously
they made it more realistic.
Yeah, they made it realistic.
Mermaids, please.
But yeah, exactly. It's mermaids.
More like
it was like sea moss, like kelp and whatever. And I was like,
yeah, I kind of wanted the gold.
I want to give me that, because in the animated movie when all the mermaids are like swimming. Yes.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
And then, I mean, they did it similar in the music where it's like that moment.
Right.
But that was the one thing that I did miss from.
I get it.
There's a few other sprinkled things just for my animated heart. Right. But like, that was one of the things.
Yeah. And the first kind of scene though is them on the boat, right?
Yes. And they're talking about
like,
mermaids.
They're like, we got to get this siren, whatever. And it's the guy with the like harpoon or whatever.
Yes.
But it's like, he's like, dude, that's a dolphin. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Prince Eric is like, knock it off, you guys. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Hot, you guys. Okay, so the animated Prince Eric was truly my crush forevermore.
Yes.
The live action Prince Eric, I need to be sedated and then resuscitated.
No, like, I'm so in love.
Are you kidding me?
He and the internet is all on the same side.
I know. You guys are on the right side of history.
Which I'm going to be so honest, like, pre this movie, I wasn't really into him.
Who is he?
Well, he's He's like done a lot of British stuff. He was in the in 2017. They did a Little Women series, and he played Laurie in that. So my friend Ariana, shout out to Miss Ariana, she has been speaking his praises for a long time to me because. I mean, we all know that I'm a big Harry Styles fan.
Yeah.
And Harry Styles was like also in the running, but turned it down due to his tour that he was supposed to be doing, but then COVID happened anyways.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of, so I was kind of like, I don't really see him for this new guy, Jonah, for Prince Eric. Like, I saw his pictures and I was like, he's like fine. He's just giving like, whatever. Boy, was I incorrect.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, was I incorrect.
And I also am kind of glad that it wasn't Harry Styles.
I am so glad that it wasn't Harry Styles. And because it would have taken away from Halle, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Would have taken away from her. And I don't think anyone could have done it better. Like, they have such an electric chemistry.
Their chemistry.
Like, I just do want to hear Harry Styles sing Wild Uncharted Waters.
Yeah, just for fun.
So bad.
Yeah, but
But no, I fully am on the same page. I'm glad that it wasn't Harry. I'm glad that it was Jonah. He won us over the House of Boots.
Oh my gosh. His eyes, the way that they twinkled.
His one dimple. He's a twin. We're twins. I have one dimple too.
I'm like in love.
No, I know.
In love. My mother turned to me. I know, yeah. I know. Which also, another point that I would like to make is that the musical version of The Little Mermaid is trash. And I don't understand, not that actually the music of it is beautiful, but the book of it is like not good.
Right, famously.
And so I'm just like confused to why they didn't just do what they did. Like, the formula formulates in different kinds of ways. Like, I don't know why you had to have, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. That's another point that literally is not relevant. But I still, this makes me more confused to why the musical book is so bad.
Was bad. I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think this I do have notes for this one.
Yeah, sure. But I'm just saying we could have expanded the story the way that we story this.
I fully agree.
On stage.
Okay, anyway, so we love Prince Eric. Jonah, you did a great job.
Yeah.
Literally call us, please. Anytime, any day.
Please.
So then, we see them on the boat doing their thing. Then we go under the sea, and it's giving us they're having it's the coral moon, the coral moon, which whatever sure, and they're like we have to do a thing because it's the coral moon, and there's
all the seven sisters.
Meeting of the sisters and King Triton, Trident,
Daddy Triton,
Javier. Slay. He kind of gave us nothing.
He did.
He gave us absolutely nothing.
And
Javier Bardem. I was like, okay. So those girlies, the sisters, eat down.
Absolutely.
However, one of my biggest gripes with this movie is that we did not get enough of them.
Oh, I agree.
Why did we have Miss Kate Sharma and didn't use her? Which I know they recorded and filmed like These Are the Daughters of Triton.
Wait, no way.
Either that or a new song for the sisters, and they cut it, which is, I think, devastating. Right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe it was because like I said, I do think the movie was the best when it was out of the water. Maybe that was why, because they knew, so they wanted to yank us out.
Sure.
You know,
get us out of the
earlier.
Water. Yeah.
But yeah, those girls were eating down.
I
And I
know,
wanted
and they
more
were
of them.
beautiful.
They
And they were
were.
like, I just loved them.
Right, I agree.
Ugh.
And of course, Ariel is nowhere to be found.
Because Ariel is just, flipping her fins.
They also really made us wait for the Halle reveal.
Yes, they
which
did.
I lived. They kept showing us
I
just
really
like an
thought
arm.
that we were gonna get it when the telescope fell down for the first time. We were gonna see her like swim by and grab it or something.
No. They made us wait. You don't see her until like 10 minutes in.
Oh yeah.
Which I live.
And is it the first shot that you get is her eyes? And
yeah.
She has the most expressive eyes. I mean, which like duh, Ariel.
Right.
But she's Ariel. Like she's Ariel.
Yeah. No, literally. Anybody who is against this, first of all, you're a piece of shit. Like anybody, truly and honestly, because like we know that there's reasons why you are not happy with this, go to hell. Truly and honestly. Because like, no, like truly.
No, yeah.
Like, because she truly was the best for the role.
Oh my gosh. She was like magic in a person. You know what I mean?
This is one of my, and Parker, our bestie, is also obsessed.
Yes.
He was like, is it dramatic for me to say she should get nominated for an Oscar? And I'm like, no, it's not. Because she was giving a performance of a lifetime.
She was giving a performance of a lifetime.
Have you seen that video of her during filming Under the Sea? When
yes.
she's like on people crawling and she's like, I'm like, she's working with nothing and she's giving us everything.
Everything. She has the most beautiful twinkle in her eye, and watching her interviews, she like is she is Ariel. She's a mermaid. Right. She's like she's magic.
She is. I love you, Halle.
Yeah.
I love you so much,
big
girl.
Fans,
yeah.
big fans.
So of course Miss Girl is out here collecting her gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
And I just loved it. I loved it. I loved that scene from the animated.
Yeah.
And so I was just like so.
And they gave us like shot for shot the shark scene.
Yes.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And my mom, because I watched this with my mom and my dad. And my grandma last night at the theater. And when she hides and like does like the mirror trick, she goes, my mom turns to me, she goes, that's something you would do. You're smart like that. I was like, thanks, Mom.
You're smart like that. Rosanna, you're so
thanks,
right.
Rosanna.
I love that.
That's so wild.
And then what happens after that? Then we eventually get Part of Your World.
Yeah, because y'all, let me check.
No, that's right.
Yeah, no, Part of Your World is next.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could do a whole let's get into Part of Your World.
So about Part of Your World,
mm-hmm.
I sang Part of Your World for my first grade talent show.
Well, there it is.
And it was super iconic, if I do say so myself.
I'm sure it was.
I live, laugh, love for this song. Truly I feel like Miss Definitive I Want song.
Oh, this is my favorite song because I mean, I live for a good I Want song.
I mean, literally, don't we all?
I love this song with my whole heart. And I mean, if you guys don't know this, I do princess parties and I do Ariel often, and I sing the song all the time. Right. I could never sing this song too many times.
No.
I love this song.
It is the I Want song of all I Want songs.
It is the moment.
It is so beautiful.
And the way that she gives us everything.
The way that they let her riff.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Her option ups both times. My mom hit me in the theater. She literally grabbed my arm when she did the and slide.
It's so fierce.
And then my mother started clapping after.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
And then when she says free.
Wandering free. We're so lucky to live in the same time as Halle Bailey, everyone.
Period.
Like, truly, she gave it.
And like, we all knew she was going to, but then like she like really did. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the video of her singing it at Disneyland?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Also, if you guys haven't seen the video of her singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight at Disney World, also watch that. It is so fierce. Her vocals are just, I mean, she's literally a prodigy of Beyonce, so of course.
Yeah, work.
But like, I literally love her.
Have you heard the audition story? Have you watched
about how like she sang and they all were crying?
Yes.
And they were like, well, that's it.
And the fact that she was the first one the first one that they saw, and they saw hundreds of girls after that and was like, no.
It's Halle.
Like, that's just, it shows how remarkable, like, she set the bar.
Yeah.
She walked in and was just magical.
I mean, she is.
Obviously.
I literally love her.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's just so, I think the story of her audition even amplifies how much more of the perfect casting she was.
Period.
Like, she was the best for the role.
She is the role. Like, she is it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy for her. I don't know her. Who am I to say? But I am.
Yeah.
You know?
And then we get the iconic fireworks above the grotto.
Wait, actually, before we get to that, I just
Mhm.
want to say, because a big thing about like a big criticism on like Disney princess movies
Mhm.
is like the whole thing about like, well, they gave up their life for a man, or they did what they did because of the man.
Yeah.
She sings Part of Your World
Give it to us.
before she ever sees Prince Eric.
That is
She
the truth.
so clearly says that she wants to be above land. She wants out of what she's currently in.
That is the truth.
Like she states it before we ever see him. Same with like Cinderella. She wants more. They just find a way out.
Yeah, they just are like, oh, the hot man is also included.
Right.
Like, yeah. I because so many people do say that.
And I think it's bullshit.
And
TBH.
it's wrong.
Yes. Like Ariel is a wonderful, I mean, sure, she's kind of not a brat, but she's like defies her parents.
Yeah.
So
but I think in this movie, they really colored it differently.
I agree.
To where it's not, Daddy, I love him. Like it was so much.
I did miss that iconic
I know, I did. I did a little bit. Yeah, me too.
Daddy, I love him.
I did too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that less like, I'm an adult kind of
Right.
thing. And more just like, Dad, you're not listening to me.
Right. Which then gets us to a iconic line
Yeah.
later. Like, I just want to say, like, if anyone thinks that way, you're literally incorrect. Like, look at the source material. No.
Look at the source material twice, because it's not like they changed it for this.
It's the same in the animated movie. Y'all are fake.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Don't come for Ariel. I think Ariel's both of our favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't come for her.
We grew up with pools.
Yeah.
And we have pick me girl enemies. Just kidding. We're not
not like in a
girls.
scary way.
But like, but you know what I mean? Like that's very much.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, I know. I know the same. I know the childhood you had. I know. Like we're one and the same.
Yes. So then we go up to the above world, is what they call it in this movie.
Right.
And we see Prince, and this is where they put Fathoms Below, which I actually really do love this song for some reason. There's something. I think there's something nostalgic about this whole the whole music of this. Yeah.
It was a cute way to do it because
they were like,
it was like a party.
Yeah.
I'm like, Eric, are you drunk?
I hope so.
I hope so too. Yes, there's
Giggle, you
fireworks
guys.
because it's Prince Eric's birthday.
And
she's like,
fireworks
what's
my
going
heart.
on up there? Something's exciting
She's
happening.
like, I have to go see.
Also, she's kind of wild for like hoisting herself up in that little boat.
Well, I actually really liked that because the boat was close to the water, to where in the animated version,
it makes no sense.
And I'm like, damn, Ariel, you're strong.
She's got forearms for days.
Yeah. But the boat was like kind of close to the water, and she was like chilling in the boat.
Right.
We got Max.
So cute.
We
I
got
love
Max.
a dog.
I also honorable mention one of the stars, Grimsby. I love him.
Grimsby.
I've loved him forever, and I loved him in this because
you're a homie, Grimsby.
Yeah, he was like so like for Prince Eric.
Yes.
Like just wanted the best for him.
Right. So Prince Eric is turning 21.
Hey.
And there's
He's like, let me have fun. I'm 21.
And you know what he does before he ever meets Ariel?
What?
He expresses his want to go and travel and go and see the world.
Yes.
I think it's so what they did it so well, giving both of them I mean, Ariel has always had this fleshed out story.
Yes.
But they fleshed out Eric's story so much more. And they gave him like him and Ariel have such similar.
Did you see the way her eyes kind of like sparkled when he said that?
Yes,
she's like,
because he's like,
"Wait,
I
me
don't.
too."
They're like, because Grimsby's like, we have to go back now. Like we've been out here for a long time, and like there's been a lot of shipwrecks. Like we got to go back to. Your mom is gonna be mad if you're gone for so long. Whatever. And he's like, no, I want to continue traveling. I want to continue seeing the world. And he collects things.
Yes.
Just like Ariel, they have that connection. They have the similar interests. He's like, I want to go like see the world and everything. And she's like, because she wants to. That's what she wants too.
Yeah.
And she sees herself in him. You guys.
Yeah.
Like you're lying to me.
I cannot lie. Rob Marshall, you really did that.
Oh my God.
Good job, Rob.
Slay.
Slay for Robbie.
Yeah, so I love also that they have the moment where like Max goes and like
yeah,
and he's like, what's over here, a fish?
Honestly, she's giving fish.
Yeah. And then where are we after that?
And then the shipwreck the house down.
Yeah, it seems that there's a lot of shipwrecks in this specific area.
Yes.
And they blame the whole time. They're like the
mermaids,
sea gods.
Yeah. The queen is like the sea gods, whatever.
Right. And so they're like, these mermaids, these damn
mermaids.
Yeah.
And then, well, as we all know, I mean, okay, but first, can we talk about the filming of this scene? I think it was beautiful, and the fact they had to be so athletic. Have you seen the BTS of them like training?
Yeah.
They had to be so athletically trained to be able to do all of this.
Also, they had to keep it up for a long time because this movie paused filming for COVID.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. So they had to maintain that.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
So wild.
Mhm.
But it was just so beautiful. And then obviously Ariel saves him.
Right.
We been knew.
That was a kind of gnarly
I was
shipwreck.
like stressed.
It was giving Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mhm,
Truly.
mhm.
And like the way when I was the whole time I was like, where the fuck is Max? Where's this dog? And then he like
yes. I always remember in the animated though when he I don't know why this is engraved in my brain when he goes, "Jump, Max, jump."
Mhm.
I don't think he did that in this one.
Yeah, no, he goes in and grabs him. And then they like yeet him off the boat.
Yes.
Which like what are you
And
really
then
gonna
Eric
do?
is about to like jump off, and then that's when the boat slides.
Yeah.
And Ariel's like, "I gotta find my hot man." Trust
But
me,
she does help the doggy get into the boat.
I thought that was
She
so
gives
cute.
A little push.
She's like,
so cute. She's like, you little fluffy thing I've never seen before.
yeah. Also, I have to say that when Ariel saves Prince Eric,
Bitch, keep his head above water.
that man is going to
I
drown
said
on
that,
your
remember?
account.
I was like, bitch, head above water. Head above water.
He was like taking in so much water.
Like, girl, lift him up.
I mean, she's doing a lot.
She's doing her best.
She's doing her best. It was
You don't
fun.
need your head above water. He needs his head above water, girl. Yeah. Also, the way she like grabs him, I was like, oh my god.
Takes him to shore. We get this like
Mhm.
billowed shirt, hot man on the
They
shore.
really gave us any opportunity to have this man's shirt open. They gave it to us, and
Thank
I
God.
am so thankful for that.
Yeah, and then we get the reprise.
What would
The
I give
reprise.
to live where you are.
Oh.
And I think that what I really appreciated too about this was that they let it be just her. Because in the musical and the movie, she like has like Sebastian and Scuttle and then like Grimsby around.
Yeah.
Whereas this time it was like just her.
Mhm.
And I really loved that. And then like they're like, look, there she is. There he is. And then we get the iconic
rock moment. The way my mom started literally like in a snap started sobbing.
Oh,
I was like, "Mom, are you well?" She's like, "They did the moment." I was like, I know,
I cried too.
It like literally was because that is the Little Mermaid. Like that, there's one thing iconic about the animated movie. I mean, there's so much iconic, but the one thing,
right.
I mean,
That's,
how
like,
many
what
of
I
us
think of.
pretended to do that?
Girl,
I still do
did.
that.
I still do.
Yeah. Anytime there's a rock around, I'm like,
Did you see the TikTok of the guy doing it?
oh my gosh, the
and
one
he
that falls
fell.
into
It's really funny. He's
Yes.
okay, but he was like, I almost broke my nose for this. Wild. But yeah, no, it was so slay.
And also too, I don't know if this was an acting choice or if the girl was just kind of cold because I mean, you're filming in the ocean in the water. She was like kind of shivering on the rock a little bit, but like in a really like
maybe she's
dropped in kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
And the way she like climbed up the rock.
yes. I literally was gagged. It was so good.
It was so beautiful.
Her vocals, her eyes.
Yeah.
She has the most expressive eyes.
And then I love like we get them like Scuttle and Sebastian like, well shit.
Yeah.
And like Flounder, they're like, uh-oh.
They're like, yikes.
Yeah, that girl's got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. And then where are we after
And
that?
then we're in Under the Sea.
Right, because did she have a conversation with her dad first, or
No.
no?
No.
How dare you be so stupid, Maddy? Yeah. Okay. Speak on it,
Human
girl.
world is a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything we got up there. Okay, I have to say,
Honestly, he's probably right.
yeah, I agree with Sebastian.
What if say?
Huge number. It's iconic.
Right.
I will say that I think I did see a TikTok about this. I don't think this was an original idea, but I do agree with this. Is that he talks about the crustacean band, hot crustacean band. There was no
crustacean
there was no band. There was no music being played. There was no. So I will say that I would have loved to see that kind of. Because what I thought that they did very smart was incorporating the actual sea creatures in a realistic dancing kind of way.
Right.
But I would have loved to see the turtle shells being played, or also incorporating
It must have been like I think they were giving us like
metaphorical
band. We are
band.
making music with our lives down under the sea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which like I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard.
I was like, that's not a hot crustacean band.
No, he was the only crustacean, no?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, he is the hot crustacean band, I guess.
We're gonna be digs.
I do have to say I really loved Daveed Diggs.
Oh yes,
I thought he did a great job
Mhm.
because I mean, everyone loves Daveed. Like,
It's Daveed
love
Diggs,
him.
yeah.
I thought he was great.
Oh
He made
yeah.
it his own, and he
I'm
sounded
an
like he was having
educated crustacean.
Oh my god, chasing after a teenage girl. Like, I loved him. I thought he was great.
Yeah, he had a lot of good moments.
I don't know if I have as many nice things to say about Aquafina.
Oh yeah.
Missed the mark for me.
It missed the mark for me too.
But back on Under the Sea, I'm really happy about the how they added her vocals into it instead of like the chorus, which is like Under the Sea.
Yeah, it's like giving it to us. I did
So
see someone
cute.
that was upset about it because they're like, well, Ariel doesn't want to stay under the sea. She wants to go above land. But as I was watching it yesterday, I was like, Ariel never says she like doesn't like being a mermaid. Like
No.
she loves, but
She loves her yeah.
she also wants to be allowed to explore.
And she's having fun at the time.
Yeah, I was like, you
leave
guys
her
relax.
alone.
Yeah.
She's like, Under the Sea. I'd be like, yeah, okay,
Also,
girl.
when she was dancing with the jellyfish, I was like, that's so cool that you get to touch the jellyfish and not get stung.
Yeah, is that like a mermaid? Like
Like a mermaid
you don't
power?
have
I mean, you're kind of like a fish, so I
Yeah.
mean, I don't really know.
Fish get stung though.
Yeah, that's what I was about.
That's literally how they
I
eat,
mean,
think,
hi, Finding Nemo.
Hi Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a marine biologist.
And mermaids are real, but
I
I'm
mean, yeah.
unfamiliar with
Yeah.
their capability.
I loved the sea turtles.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
so
and the
cute.
BTS of the Blue Men suit.
Iconic. She's like,
yeah, like giving us everything in a full.
and she looked like she's having the time of her life.
I mean, how could you not? I also loved the little like I don't know, mushroom, like
Oh yeah,
random
they were like
fungus.
sea slugs or something.
Yes.
Where they're like, it was cute.
Also, there's a part where they like dance with the fans, or I don't. Obviously, they're not fans,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
was,
like that like
and then-
feathery
yeah.
shore,
And
she's like giving us shoulders.
Always
So cute. Yeah.
slay.
So that was Under the Sea.
And then of course she disappears.
Yes, and you got to nail that girl's fins
To the floor.
Yep.
Mhm.
I loved. I loved.
I loved it.
I loved it. I did. I loved that they gave us a lot of iconic lines from the animated film.
Yes.
Where I was like, you did a very good job at honoring the animated film
Mhm.
very well.
Period.
Like, I feel like Rob Marshall knew this is iconic and I have to do it good.
Period.
And you did.
Yeah. Good job, Rob.
Good job,
I know you were
Rob.
waiting for us to tell you that.
I know you did excellent work. Congratulations
Yes.
on your critically
Success.
acclaimed cinema. Now we get
now we
Eric's
get-
I Want song.
Okay.
Okay, give it to us, Maddie.
Okay, Mr. Wild Uncharted Waters. This song is interesting. I did like it.
Yes.
And I did like him.
Mhm.
And I do think he sounded good most of the time.
Yeah. That's
You know what I
that's
mean?
the crazy part is that first chunk, great. There was a part in the middle where he went a little off the rails for me.
I think that this man was truly giving all that he had. And I'm
All
like,
that he
I
had.
think that you could have reined it in, boy.
It was like someone that was really like a guy that was really talented at musical theater and like has like
Do you remember what I said?
that has watched Jeremy Jordan too many
I
times.
think he was doing a Jeremy Jordan impression.
It was
if you are familiar with Jeremy Jordan,
You'll
please
know what
let me
she's
know
talking
that you
about.
agree. The way that he was like, ah, like, it's literally Jeremy Jordan. I was like,
Yes.
my favorite is when he goes, Waters. I thought it was
Also,
good.
the way that he was kind of like shifting around,
My
I was
mom-
like, please just stand still
my
for a
mom
second.
was laughing so hard. Like
yeah.
my sister, my mom, and I, we were in a laughing fit watching it because it is so dramatic. I've seen so many people say it gives the same energy as Bet on It. Like
yes.
so honestly and truly, but it's so endearing. I like when we all saw it, when Parker, Tati, and I saw it, we were like grabbing each other because like sexy.
Like the answer is yes, but
Like-
also like a lot of energy.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I'm like, I'm here for you, baby.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like it's endearing too.
Yeah,
You're like
you
I just kinda
almost
wanna,
feel
like,
apologetic to being like you should just reel it in a little bit because you're having
I'm
so
like
much
I don't
fun.
want to offend. I
Yes.
don't want to offend because I'm so happy for you. But I'm just like,
Just, like,
like
two notches.
yes. But
Mhm.
I mean, like I think he can sing.
Oh yeah,
But but it just was a little wacky.
you just like put it all in there, and if you
and
just like
and like the wide drone shots, it was so
the
funny.
whole sequence kind of was it.
It was
like,
giving a music video. I think that was what
Mhm,
kind
because
of part of it.
Also, too, when they jumped, I would have liked maybe if he just would have ran down to the beach and finished it there. Because when they jumped to the ship, when he was not he wasn't on a voyage or wasn't on a ship. Like it became a dream sequence of him on the ship at the end of
Right.
the song. I was like,
What's going on here? Baby?
yeah, like yeah, okay, You know what I mean?
I mean, I do.
I think maybe if we would have started with him in the castle and started singing in there, like walking through whatever,
right,
and then him running down and then finishing on that rock, it would have made more sense sequence-wise than randomly jumping to a ship.
Yeah.
But I want Jonah to live his life the way he wants to live it. So like I have no notes.
I don't want him to listen to this. As if he will. But I don't want you guys to think that we don't like him. We love him so much. And I love this. I truly love it. I listen to the song and I'm like, yes, sir. You live your life. You live your life. I just think it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's precious.
Yeah. I love that for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we get now Daddy's Triton. Mad. Does
finds the grotto.
Oh, because the sisters are like, Ariel's in love, as we all know.
Got a man.
Sebastian is called to the quarters.
Yeah.
Triton is like, what's going on? I don't know why I'm telling you the plot of this movie, you know.
Yeah.
But then
Sebastian accidentally.
Yeah, spoils it.
Spills the beans.
Yes. And Ariel is like, I love that she was swimming in from the shipwreck and was like, there's so much more. We have to collect all this stuff. And the way that she drops everything when she's like, yeah. And then, Dad destroys it all.
Yeah. Rip.
Go to therapy.
Toxic masculinity, the house.
It's, I mean, I understand, like.
Yeah. It sucks because he is afraid because there's a whole thing with her mom was killed by humans.
Did you ever watch The Little Mermaid 3?
I've seen it once.
Oh, okay.
And I don't really remember it.
Oh, yeah.
But Slay Girl. Yeah, so everyone's mad. She's upset. And who comes to her rescue?
Ursula.
First, Parker and I. Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. That's Parker and I, but it is. And she's taken to Miss Ursula's little lair.
Now we get Poor Unfortunate Souls.
We get
what
Melissa
were your
McCarthy
opinions on Melissa?
I think Melissa did a great job. I really do. I think that the portrayal of Ursula was a little too exact. It was a little too like I kind of wanted a different design. Do you know what I'm saying?
I also have seen what everyone has been saying about her makeup on the internet,
bad.
And watching it yesterday, you could see like her
eyebrows were fucked up.
Yes, I was like,
why didn't we have a gay do it? Like, honestly and truly, like,
because if you're going to do that makeup, then like,
and we know that this whole thing was inspired by a drag queen, Divine.
Yeah.
Why didn't we have a gay do it? Like, I mean, anyone can do anything, sure slay. But like, come on, you guys.
Yeah.
I do think that they flopped on the makeup. I wish that they did a different design for Ursula. I just think it was too literal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd agree.
But I thought Melissa herself
was really good.
Was great. Yeah.
I thought she was very terrifying.
She was horrifying.
Like the second half of Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Oh yeah.
She was so scary. And then I also have to comment on like the Ariel bravery moment where she's like, why am I doing this? I have to go. And then when Melissa snaps her right back in.
Go back to daddy.
Yes. She had a lot of good one-liner moments with her comedy. And I was like, oh, you're so.
And we like.
Oh, what did she say? Tough choices.
And like Melissa, like we know Melissa McCarthy is such like a kind, like we think of her as such a comforting person. Yeah. And so silly and funny. And so I think that she did a great job.
I do too.
I loved it for her. Good job, Melissa. I'm sorry that they made you look so kind of wacky.
Yeah. I wish someone would have pressed down your eyebrows a little bit better.
Yeah. And this is where we got the change, a really cool change that closed up that plot hole where she doesn't sign anything. So like kind of when you're watching the original Little Mermaid, you're like, bitch, why don't you just write him a note? Be like, I'm Ariel. Kiss me, baby. Yeah. But she doesn't have her sign. She has her throw a scale into this little thing.
Yeah.
And also she adds something to the spell so that anytime she remembers or anytime someone brings up that she has to kiss him before the third day, she forgets. She like her mind goes blank.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Good job on the plot.
Rob Marshall said no plot holes here.
Yeah, no, it was very smart.
I think so too.
Pluck a scale and throw it in the bowl.
Drop a blood something.
Yeah. So they signed it in blood.
They also cut the body language line. I was like, okay, we're okay.
Poor Unfortunate Souls. And then we get the iconic hair flip.
Which I mean, I don't have braids, obviously. I'm a white woman, but I wonder how heavy that was.
Have you seen that interview?
No.
Oh, she has said that her neck was. I think she had to do it like 30 times or something. 30 or like 20 to 30 times. She was like, I had to do it a lot, and at the end, like someone was under the water
pushing her
like
hair?
pushing her
like,
hair back.
white girl hair, but I have a lot of hair, and that hurts me.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, she was like,
with her.
It was my neck the next day. I was like, girl, what?
Wild.
Yeah, she's just smart. She's like, but it was so much fun. We wanted to get the shot. I was like, you're so cute.
I love her so much. That's another like iconic moment when I think of the movie.
Yeah.
Her.
So then we're on shore.
Right. And she gets plucked up by a seaman, like a little fisherman.
Yeah, and every time Scuttle was on the screen, I'm like, I don't need you here.
No, we could have done without Scuttle.
Yeah.
I like Awkwafina. I loved her in Shang-Chi. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
I disagree with that casting choice.
Yeah, I wonder
Truly,
if either we could have cut Scuttle or if we just would have cast someone else.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, me
at
too.
all.
Me too.
But anyways. So she's on land.
She's on land, and then for the first time,
this song. This
is the best song that they added to the movie.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
I am obsessed with this song.
Oh,
first time.
And I loved the like Caribbean feel of this whole town.
And I like how they changed it from like nondescript European country to like in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Pretty iconic.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And also the song has a lot of parallels to Part of Your World because she's talking about fire. Because she's like, I got burned for the first time.
Like, ow, it bites.
Yeah. And she's like, it's such a cool like Part of Your World next to For the First Time. So slay.
Yes.
She finally gets to experience all of the things that she wanted to. And like that dress that they put her in.
Oh my gosh.
And her like when she's
like
the corset is tight and in the sea. Like
it does.
You're lying.
It's so good. And it does kind of give Little Mermaid 2 music wise. It's like that
the part when she says, now that I'm here like a fish out of water, sounds just like down to the sea we go, the world I know. From Little Mermaid 2.
Exactly.
It's so fierce.
And then when it goes into the dream sequence and Eric runs in and then she can't say anything. And he's like, but he's so sweet. I just love Eric so much.
Me too. Yeah. And when he's like running up the stairs and it has the moment where, because she can't, obviously she's singing this like in her mind. Like we're getting like the voiceover of Halle. But then, when the camera goes around her and it goes to black behind her. And so it's like in her head. And then she's finally singing. And then it like comes to her and she's like, and I'll say. And then she's like realizes she can't say anything.
And like she's like so devastating. Why do I want to go see the movie again even though I just saw it yesterday?
Literally same. The way when the gravity of like
gravity's pulling me down
part like of what she did,
like
of the choice that she made and the realization that Halle had in that moment.
Like
a truly and honestly like a beautiful piece of acting.
You're
so
kidding.
slay.
You're kidding.
But yeah, Eric is so nice to her.
And then so then after for the first time, she like kind of wakes up. She goes to sleep because she's sad. She had a long day. And then she's like exploring the castle, ends up in Eric's grotto, essentially.
Yes. And it looks just like hers.
Oh my gosh. When they give us the shot. Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's so, he has his own like collection.
And then we get I think the best 30 minutes of the movie.
I fully agree. We all know I'm a romance girly. And that's what I think is the heart of this movie is the romance.
Yes.
And I think that is what's so different from the original is how much these two truly fall in love with each other and how well they acted it.
Oh.
It's like frustrating to watch.
It hurts. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then when Grimsby comes in and he's like, I can see you're having a good time, whatever. And then he's like, we're going to go explore the town. And then he's like, oh, but we don't have any carriage, but we could spare a carriage for you because he sees how happy Eric is.
Well, because they were setting out carriages to continue looking for the girl who saved
when
him.
He completely forgets, he's like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Because he was so enamored by Ariel.
He forgot about the woman who saved him because of Ariel. And she like they're looking. He literally shows her the world.
Oh my gosh!
He's showing her the maps. She's like, I want to be part of your world, and she is, and he's showing her the world, and he's showing her all of these places.
He's excited about sharing this because he wants to also explore.
Yes,
and she wants to explore.
Right. And something that I had said in our group chat is that I think something that they did so well with this is that, and I saw kind of a TikTok about this too, that like Ariel can so easily because she can't speak, like it kind of could fall into the trap of Ariel being like Eric projecting any type of like whatever, dream. like a dream girl onto her, or like just projecting his desires onto her.
Sure.
When that is not what happens in the slightest. He listens to her even though she can't talk. Like he fully is like it's not him just like chatting her ear off and her like he fully is there he figures out ways to communicate with her, and it's so magical.
And when she breaks the rock and then there's like the
fossil or the gem
and like that's the moment when he's like, oh my gosh, like you're in love with the ocean too.
Yeah,
like
she's showing her part of showing him part of her world.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So then it's the next day, and they're going for a little day.
Gosh,
he's showing her the little village.
This is the most magical thing in the world.
I know.
When they're driving, when they're riding in the carriage, and she takes the reins, and he's kind of like
scared, but he's like,
girl. Like, that's hot.
That's Tatiana driving, by the way. If y'all want to know what it's like to be in a car with Tatiana.
That is not true, you
yes,
guys.
It
that
is.
literally
yes, it is.
so far from the truth.
Yes, it is. But he just lets her do it, and he's like, slay girly.
And he's kind of like sweating on his brow, but like,
you're
he's like, you're hot for that.
Yeah.
And then when they go into the town, because now she's seen all of these things that she's always wanted to see. And then Miss Jody
Benson's cameo, the way the three of us gasped.
And has the little dingle hopper. She's like, I think you'll be needing this. Couldn't you just cry? I love how in love Jody is with being Ariel, like how just throughout the years.
And how supportive she is.
Oh my gosh.
Halle.
Them on the red carpet when they're like hugging each other. I cry.
It's beautiful.
I cry. In that dance scene when they're dancing.
And
she takes off the heels.
And the hat. And the sandals. She gets sandals. And the way she like put the hat on him. We're two girls girling right now.
Yeah, the girls have girled the hardest they've ever had. Yeah. There's nothing more to say about that.
And then they're going home. They're like finishing their evening, and Scuttle. They're like our little fishy friends, and the fucking bird are like, we gotta do some meddling because she can't remember that she has to kiss this guy, and they're like, okay, we're on it. Scuttle takes the hat.
Brilliant idea. You get one.
You can have that one. Scuttle.
You get one Scuttle for this
steals
movie.
the hat, and I saw something about this too. Like he cared so much about the hat that she picked out for him that he had to go run after this bird in this forest to get this hat back. So they're like running. They're doing their thing.
And then Ariel's like looking at the boat. Like, so fascinated.
It goes into a boat, and she's like, "Look at this boat."
Which is the lagoon that he's talking about earlier when they're looking at all the maps.
Bitch, shut up.
Yup. He's like, "There's this beautiful lagoon. I would love to show you whatever." Ends up at the lagoon. I know.
Wow.
Right? And you guys, Kiss the Girl really was one of the most beautiful things. Yeah. Okay, Maddy, you gotta go for it.
The way we were both called out.
Yeah.
When they're looking up at the stars. And they're like, Orion. Tati has a thing with Orion.
I love Orion, you guys. You're going to tell me that that's not the most Boots constellation? You're wrong.
You slay, girl. They're like, Orion. And then they're like, Aries.
If you haven't been listening to the podcast.
So the way all of us were like, because it was me. And then the way she used, he's like, what's your name? Diana? Catherine? And she's like, no. And the way she's like, Aries, pointing at Aries.
And then when she
uses Ariel.
You're kidding.
Hot.
You're kidding.
Ariel.
And the way that, when he's like, do you want to try? And then she gets bumped with the boat and like falls in his lap and they both look at each other. I was like, the
sexual tension,
you guys,
is sick and like, twisted, and I'm not okay.
Not for the Little Mermaid.
Oh my
please,
God.
Thank you. It's giving like when Prince Charming puts his hand on Lily James's back and she just goes, it's that, but for 3 minutes.
You know, these live actions.
I know.
They're like, we're gonna give you some little
This
tension.
is for the adults too.
So you can see it and you're like, oh my God.
Yes.
I'm on to you guys.
And then when they go into like the lagoon and then like the bioluminescent like fish and whatever, and then the fireflies. Obviously we all know that they weren't gonna kiss, but I just wanted them to kiss to be.
I'm like, kiss right now.
I'm like, please.
Kiss right now.
Also, the lyric changes we love.
Go on, ask her. Slay.
Yeah, good for you.
Period.
Good. You heard the people.
Her.
And like, oh my gosh. It was
a home run.
It was a home run.
I also love the part when they're like rowing and there's Flounder, Scuttle, and Sebastian on the oar.
Yes.
And they're like, go on and kiss the girl. Also, when they're in his little grotto, his collection room, and when she picks up the like conch shell,
and Sebastian's in it.
Then he goes, "Hey, girl," that made me scream laugh.
Yes.
Also, something we forgot to say about that: the mermaid, the jade mermaid that she picks up, and he goes, "My little mermaid." And he goes, and he's like, "How did you know?" But he was just talking about the little jade thing.
I know.
Ugh. Anyways,
so smart.
Back at the boat,
Kiss the girl.
kissing. They don't kiss.
And then Ursula is like, we gotta get matters into our own tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Who comes on this? Well, okay, so then they run back home. They're all wet because they fell in the lagoon.
And the way they're like
they're like giggling. They're like, And they like hide in the corner. I was like, kiss her right now.
Kiss her
Kiss her right now. And then
take her by the hand, kiss her.
She's a man.
She's a man, yeah. Thank you.
But then obviously they don't kiss, and Grimsby's like, I could see you guys had a fun little night. You should go to bed, whatever. And then Ariel's wearing the hat, and then she runs down the stairs and plops it on his head, and you could see him. And then Grimsby's like, we didn't find the girl, and he's like, oh,
he like forgets about the girl again.
Okay, did my thing just die? He's like, oh, okay, and forgets about the girl.
Yeah.
Oh, because he loves Ariel after spending a day, but he's like on the beach. He's sitting. He's dramatically feeling the sand. And he's like, I have to go run and find Ariel.
And he's
Ariel's
like,
the one.
I love her.
I love her.
Yeah.
And like looks at the light, starts running. Okay, also like running up those damn stairs.
Yeah, hella stairs. It's giving Mamma Mia.
Yes, but then you guys, the way that the internet, what's her name? Not Vanessa,
Jessica Alexander.
The way that the internet is rightfully losing their show over her.
I'm obsessed with her.
Did she not serve? We all know who Vanessa is. Vanessa is the moment. Vanessa is the original baddie.
You know,
Vanessa is cunt.
Miss Ursula
human form.
Yeah. So cunty.
She understood
the way she's sitting on the rock,
and then she like turns around with her little lace front wig
and with the purple dress.
Yeah, and she like kind of this is what I said to my mom or someone. I said she's so beautiful that she looks psycho, and it was perfect casting. Like when you're like,
amazing.
You're way too beautiful to be normal.
Be real. I'm like offended.
Yes. I'm like, she was the casting for that.
I agree.
Good for you, Rob Marshall.
Good for you.
You really did get besides like Aquafina and maybe Triton, but he gets a pass because he does this job.
Right.
But you really got the casting right.
Yeah. She ate down. Is this when we get my worst nightmare?
Yes, because so Eric is enamored by Vanessa, and then they like, yes, yeah, it is your worst nightmare. It's time for all of our worst nightmares, actually.
Okay. Well, so obviously Vanessa is the girl who married him, and also it seems like kind of like in the original movie, she kind of has him like,
oh yeah, bewitched, because you see the golden in his eyes.
Yeah,
like,
and
twinkle.
he's like, and so like they're gonna get married, whatever. And so Miss Ariel has to be updated on all of this by Scuttle, unfortunately. And we get the worst number of all time, a song that makes me want to rip my eardrums out of my head, Scuttlebutt.
You guys, this is the movie. It was going so well. We were doing what we needed to do. Things were moving. And then you decided to do this. Lin-Manuel.
Jail time.
Convicted
felony.
And you know what? Honorable mention. Our friend Parker actually enjoys this song, so you deserve jail time. You deserve jail time,
like worse, actually. like if Lynn is serving 5 years, Parker's serving 10.
My dad audibly said after the song ended, thank God.
It is my worst nightmare. The only part where I was like, okay, work, was when David started rapping.
Yeah. Did you see the TikTok that I sent you of the YouTube comments?
No.
Oh my gosh, they were so
watch it
funny.
Later. It's an obscenity to us all.
Yeah.
It is hurtful, hateful, and disrespectful to Halle Bailey in this movie.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm sorry, that's really dramatic, but I hated it.
I couldn't agree more. This could have been done in a scene. What was all that for?
It could have been literally anything else. I would have taken Positivity over that.
I would have taken David Diggs singing Scuttlebutt over Aquafina. That's the thing, because when David Diggs came in, I was like, okay, hi, Hamilton.
Right. And also the song literally ends the same way Guns and Ships does.
I know.
The pedal in the middle, get a right-hand man or something.
No, you're right.
Right-hand man back, yeah.
Store.
Anyways, thank God that's over.
Thank God that's over.
So she's like, that's when she gets the tea about Vanessa.
Yep.
And she's like, what am I going to do?
But also, did you notice that Eric was still like, where's Ariel?
Yes, he asked for her.
Like multiple times. And Grimsby's like, girl, can you blame her?
Yeah.
Sorry, of course she's going to run away. Like, I loved that Grimsby was on Ariel's side.
Yeah, he's like, not all this.
Yeah. Like,
and so then Miss Girl goes to the ocean, lays down, goes back to the water.
Back to her water, back to her rock.
Back to her rock. And she gives us another reprise of Part of Your World.
Heartbreaking.
Which is new to this version and so beautiful. What are the lyrics? I'm looking them up.
Oh, I have them.
You have them?
Yep.
Can you read us the lyrics?
I will read you the lyrics. I will do a dramatic reading right here, right now on this couch. She says, risking it all only to fall back where I started, back near the shore, back to before you took my hand. Bet you on land they understand, and they don't strand you broken-hearted. What did I give to live where you are? Where did I go with nowhere to turn to? Where do I go with nowhere to turn to?
Oh,
Sad.
damn.
That's a heartbroken girl. Because not only was she disappointed by this love, but she was disappointed, like, she's like,
he was her way out.
yeah.
He really was. Like, damn. Also, the whole hand thing, something that Parker had pointed out, something that was different from the animated to this one, was the statue that like falls from the boat during the shipwreck.
Mhm.
It's not Eric, it's just like a man.
Yeah.
And when it's shattered by King Triton, it's not the face that is like still remaining, it's the hand.
Yeah, and she's like holding it.
And like the hand, like being like the hand lifting her out of the water, the hand pulling her to like the life that she wants. Oh,
I know.
it's so sad.
So then Scuttle is flying around, and then we get Vanessa's trick. The way that everyone's doing this on TikTok is making me live.
Halle ate down again with the vocals.
Oh my gosh, when she gave us like full open belt, like evil, but also that girl and her. Oh my gosh.
She looks so hot. That's the hottest person to ever exist.
Oh, when she's like laying on the couch,
and
she's like, hello, Red.
And she's like,
you guys, you're kidding.
No, I love her.
Yeah, what's her name again? Jessica?
Jessica, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of her at the like premiere?
Yeah, she's like, I'm not the sister.
Yeah, with the interviewer's like, we have one of the Ariel's or like Triton's daughters, and she's like, no, ma'am. I am Miss Vanessa. Get it right.
Get it right.
It's so the way she's like, like she's like not rude, but she's like,
but she's certain like,
she's like clock the boots. Clock the dog. It's so iconic.
Hot. You stay hot. Yeah. So then so now we know it's Vanessa.
Yeah, we know it's
Ursula. Whatever.
Yeah. And then
we get chaos ensued. Another clap at Jessica when she does her evil laugh and her eyes go full psycho. That woman was on the screen for less than 10 minutes. She ate every moment she was on that screen.
She was great.
It was like I could see it in my head, and then we get the iconic like army Ursula crawl. I always loved that in the animated.
Yes, and they all start like beating each other up.
Oh yes, the girls were fighting.
Ariel like figures it out, because Scuttle tells her, and like goes and she like snatches the necklace off of Vanessa, and like the voice little bubble thing like, goes back, and she's like, oh, and then everyone's like watching, like, what the hell is happening in this day? And then they start like literally catfight the house.
Oh my gosh, when they catfight, I was like,
so iconic. Yeah, and Eric's just like.
he's like, Ariel, what are you doing? But also like, okay, work.
It's so funny. They're beating each other up. Yeah, they get the armor crawl, and then like they go to kiss. But it's too late.
It's too late.
And we get the moment where like she
flinches.
And like her tail comes back.
And then when the queen goes, a sea creature.
A sea creature. Yeah, because the whole time they're like scared of the sea gods, as we said previously. I saw a tweet too that was like, Eric held onto her so tight, even when she became a mermaid. Magical. And then Ursula flings him off. They go into the ocean. This was another thing that was I felt a little too literal from the movie, from the animated movie.
Okay.
Like with like Ursula getting like growing and all, like the whirlpool. I was kind of like,
because they didn't really use it.
I just thought it was a little too. I feel like we could have maybe tweaked that a little bit. I did like the change where it's not Eric driving the boat into Ursula. It's Ursula. I mean, it's Ariel. It's Ariel driving the boat into Ursula, which I appreciated because we see her learn how to do that because she sees Eric do that during the shipwreck, which I thought was pretty iconic. But I thought this part was a little too literal. I was kind of like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
But like, work, girl.
Yeah.
They defeat her.
And now, so then everyone's happy again. Well, sort of. Ariel's not happy. And then Sebastian's like, King Triton, like, you didn't listen to your daughter. She wants to be on land. So then we get the iconic, she's sitting on the rock looking at Eric's castle. I will say, Rob Marshall, you did get it wrong by not giving us the sparkly dress, because Triton does lay, like the animated, does lay the Triton in the water, and you see the ripple. I was waiting for the moment of her to like look. It's iconic in the animated when she looks down at the rock and then sees her legs and the dress.
Yeah, I agree. I wish we got the dress.
Like, could you have imagined how beautiful that dress would have been? And her walking out of the water like, "Hey, baby, it's me."
Yeah, iconic. Yeah,
I did miss that moment.
Is this when they talk, or do they talk before?
They talk after.
Right. Okay. So yeah, she puts on the same dress she's had on the whole time, which I did think was a
I
flop
was
as
like,
well.
why?
Yeah. And I'm like, how does everyone keep finding this dress? Because the dress flings off of her during like the final confrontation. Then Eric finds it on the beach, leaves it in the ocean, and then she somehow finds it again.
You could have just given her the sparkly dress.
Right,
could you imagine? Oh, that was the one thing that really,
it was a disappointment. I agree.
Disappointed.
I agree.
But then we don't get the wedding either, which I was also kind of sad about too, because I loved the wedding.
Right.
So the ending, I was like, wait, you built
the ending was really quick.
Yeah, because I think the fight sequence was a little too long, personally. But then, so we don't get the wedding and we don't get the dress, which I think were two big losses of the movie. But then we get post-wedding and they're running down and they're going to go explore uncharted waters.
So cute.
And so they're rowing to like their like full rowboat. And then Eric, you like see it in his eyes that King Triton has, appeared from the water. And then they have this really beautiful.
But also before though, when she's when she goes back to him, how he's like sitting and he's playing fetch with Max, and like that's when they finally kiss.
Yes,
and
the way he hugs her first.
Oh yeah. And the music playing is a combination of Wild Uncharted Waters and Part of Your World. Gorgeous. So yeah, then they get married and then they're gonna go explore, and this is when they have the iconic moment of like. Then like King Triton shows up and all of the mer people show up and like we see both the mer people and the people like coexisting.
And what does he say?
He says, because they like talk and he's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, it is what it is. And then she's like, he says, I'm sorry you had to give up your voice to be heard.
Wow.
Oh my, what a line. Like, whoa. Because he's like, I'm sorry I never listened to you. And it's such a slay. It really is.
Yeah.
I was sobbing my eyes out.
I know.
Like
so
you saw,
beautiful.
I was tears flowing.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was so beautiful.
I also wish we got like a now they can run like an ending moment with like the chorus. Give us just everyone singing along. Why not?
Yes, I do appreciate, because one of my favorite lines from the wedding, which is kind of why I missed the wedding too, is when King Triton comes up and then she goes like, I love you, Daddy, and then like hugs. We did get the I love you, Father, and like a big hug moment, but I was like, we could have done this at the wedding.
Yeah, I wish we got the wedding.
I wish we got, because I want to see her in a wedding gown.
Yeah,
just for fun.
I like that pink dress. That pink dress, her little ponytail.
But also, we didn't. Ariel is one of the only princesses that has like a full wardrobe of dresses, and we only saw her in the blue dress in the movie.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, but then they ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after.
And so do we, because we saw that movie.
And so do we.
It's a slay, you guys.
If you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
Go see it immediately.
Like
beautiful, like literally beautiful. So beautiful. And I, as I've said, you guys heard episode 1 of this podcast, Cinderella, one of my favorite movies of all time. This one, I mean, I do think that this is a better adaptation for sure. Cinderella is still my favorite movie of all time. But like I have such an appreciation for when they knock it out of the park. Yes, because they have not in the past, and I'm so glad they did.
Speak slander about live action Aladdin though.
No, I like live action Aladdin overall.
Aladdin, yeah. But this one 8 down.
8 down.
I can't wait for this to be on Disney Plus when I could just watch it over and over again.
No, I literally know. Aww.
You guys, what a serotonin ride that was.
Yes. How did we do without notes?
Actually, I think we did pretty good.
I think we kind of 8 down, TBH.
Do we never need to take notes again?
Whoa.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Comment 10 reasons why you hate Scuttlebutt.
Please do. I will be waiting.
Yeah. We love you all. We love the Little Mermaid.
Dearly.
We love the nostalgic of all of this. Jonah, you know who to call?
Call us immediately.
There he is. He's so cute. Like literally so cute.
Oh my God.
Like he is so cute.
Whoa.
I need to date that man.
No, I know. So do we all.
Man.
Anyways.
I
don't know what we're doing next week.
But
it'll be something.
We'll be here.
Yep.
Or maybe I'll be in tech again. Who knows? Girl. Life is crazy like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, love you all.
Love you. Bye.
Go sing Part of Your World in your swimming pool this week.
And thank you for listening to. We never did it today.
Thank you for listening to our viewing party.
We'll always somehow sing the same song, even if we don't discuss it.